welcome back to the Exeter Open second semi-final now. We have Seb Lee on our left and Stephen McPherson on the right, with Richard Foster as our referee and Alex Varley doing the video. Another commentator in the hot seat today, returning for the Epee in fact, we have Oscar Morland.
Very excited to be here. Last to the women's final, very exciting match. Hopefully this will live up to the same expectations as the last men's semi-final did as well. Very close games all around.
Once again, we have a French grip user, Stephen McPherson, pommeling. We'll see how this works out for him.
Interesting to see how those early bouts shape out. Not an epist myself, but
understandable. Straight away, McPherson trying to find the little wrist tip. Aggression straight out the gate. Usually a bit more patient in the first half.
Ooh,
McPherson
goes for the
knee.
hit. Yeah, goes for the knee, but
Seb Lee able to get the stop hit on his shoulder.
very nice hit there.
Trying to set the tone of the fight. Seb Lee saying you can't get away with that.
Happy to stay on the defensive, not pushing straight out the gate.
Parry in 6.
Very nice parry.
Stephen seemingly a bit too eager in these early stages. Seb Lee happy to take advantage of it. Again, Seb comfortable, allowing himself to be pushed into his own half. Oh, and that's a lovely wrist hit
Very
from
nice
Stephen.
wrist hit.
Just on the inside, on his fingers by the looks of it.
Neither fencer looking at all interested in getting any passive passivity cards so far.
Straight action.
Yeah.
Straight action.
Not
Straight
always what you get with Epee.
straight action, straight out the gate. And a double. Seb's not quite able to get Stephen's timing out. That first hit from Stephen, very important. Letting Seb know, if you give me that wrist, I will hit it. We'll see how he uses that.
It's always a threat, and that French grip gives him a bit more flexibility on the hits as well.
More flexibility, more reach, more importantly. Although Seb is a very tall fencer, so neutralise somewhat. Lots of low commitment attempts from Stephen. Oh,
Goes for the foot hit.
once again, Seb Lee punishes with a flesh this time. It seems Stephen's maybe a bit too comfortable on the attack. Seb Lee able to punish for that.
Yeah, not quite judging his distance.
Not quite the right time. Able to take it back, low commitment. The trouble with missing all these foot hits, they become less and less intimidating.
Oh, wow.
Able to get in with the remise on that hit.
Yeah, looks like
Seb not able to
so just not able to land the...
not able to place his point. And yet, Seb still holding this lead. Close call from Stephen. Would have liked to get that hit. Punished once again.
Nice parry. Into a pause for Stephen. You can see he's using that height to his advantage.
Will he change though? Because this is the third failed foot hit. Will he keep... Oh, you hate to see it.
Yeah.
Attempted flick to the wrist from Stephen, but stop hit from Seb. This is not going his way. You see him quite mad there, pushing his mask against the floor.
Yeah.
Not quite throwing yet.
Need to be a little careful of that. Very nice hit there from Stephen.
Didn't look like he had the timing, but it seemed he had enough body evasion to prevent the double. Seb was ready, but not quite able to place a point on his shoulder. Good for the confidence, but again,
Still got a way to come back.
attempted the riposte.
Just couldn't. He had his chances. The as Seb passed him, was just unable to get round.
I don't
in
think
time.
it didn't look like he hit.
No, he didn't hit. Oh,
Oh,
oh, is that a problem with the
his
epee?
he's
Ah,
become unplugged.
Yeah,
Now
wow.
that is awful. Unfortunately, no light,
No light,
point.
no point, and it's his own. You know, it was his own epee that came unplugged. So very unfortunate there.
On the bright side,
Stephen.
at least it's not broken.
Yeah.
Remember to clip yourselves in properly, guys. 20 seconds left of this first period. Stephen seems to be backing off a little bit.
Both fences looking a little bit more passive as the fight's gone on.
This would probably be good for Stephen. A little time to reflect
Yeah.
and recompose, ready for the second period. Now, both fences backing off,
Yeah.
getting ready.
Little fainted fencing, I suppose. More than willing to take the minute's break.
All right, 1 minute break.
Lots to think about for both.
Stephen getting some advice from fellow fencer Ethan Q. Seb Lee, he knows what he's doing.
He's been very happy to play on the defensive so far. We'll see if that changes over the next two periods.
It's
Whether
safe
he
to
tries to take more of a front foot.
It's safe to say Stephen is playing to Seb's style in a way that Seb is very appreciative of. I am curious to see how this will change as we go into the second period. Again, these foot hits, while they might look cool,
Always a risk.
risky,
You leave your entirety of your upper body open.
and not cool if you don't land them. Perhaps it's because he's not going direct to the foot. It's because he's going out and then falling down to the foot.
Yeah.
He's going to have to be careful. Can he win back this lead? It is still all to play for in this Exeter Open semi-final.
4 minutes left to go. Plenty of time for Stephen to mount a comeback.
I mean, that's if you rush it, 120 points potentially. But we only need 9 for Seb, 11 for Stephen. Trusty slap to the thigh, always good.
Bit of stretching.
And we're off again. Pressing once more. Seb's trying to get a reaction out of him. Will he give it to him? He wants his wrist.
Oh, and that's a lovely...
Falls too much in the lunge. Seb, once again, stop hit on the shoulder, extending his lead even more. Will that slap wake him up? Surely this time.
No noticeable change in tactics from either fencer thus far.
For Seb, if it ain't broke.
Don't fix it. Quite right. Stephen still looking to play on the attack, testing Seb's defences. Oh, that's a very nice parry post from Stephen.
Yeah, Seb seemingly committing far too much to that
Tempting
counter
Seb
attack.
forward, yeah.
Quick little counter cease on Seb. We've restored the lead to what it was at the beginning of the period, but it's still 1-1 in this period. He's got to make a breakthrough. He's simply not committing enough to his attacks on Seb's wrist, or committing too much to his attacks on Seb's feet. Step lunge, not quite in timing, too close, arguably. Able to get the double. Ideal for Seb, forcing the score up, adding on to the pressure.
Still only keeping the lead at 2. Plenty to play for here.
He seems comfortable.
Stephen.
He's very happy with this. And that is cruel. Stop it. Stephen seems to be arguing that it was his guard, but the light did go off.
They did test at the beginning of the period.
If it is an issue with the guard, it is the fencer's responsibility if their guard lights. If we see this again, it will be curious, but we cannot take away that point. Straight back in Seb's ballpark.
Stephen moving around on the piste here, left to right, trying to find an angle to approach from.
Perhaps the lateral movements is the breakthrough he needs. Again, just sitting in distance.
Goes for the attack. Parried by Seb.
Ooh.
Boston, looks like an injury here.
Perhaps hit
Ooh.
in a sensitive area, so to
I
speak.
do hope not.
He's putting on a very brave face. A little laugh. Because you have to.
Yeah, you have to. These moments. Little grimace. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that landed where we thought it landed.
Yeah, it looks like
Oh,
it.
it does. Oh, he's putting on a good show regardless. Wouldn't want that to be captured on camera.
You hate to see it.
Yeah.
Yes, and we have it all on video.
Yeah.
I'm sure Varley's checking the replay for that one. It does just seem, despite the extra reach afforded by the French grip, Stephen's just staying too close in distance, unable to capitalise on the reach. Whether it's Seb controlling this distance or Stephen himself, the extended reach from the French grip does appear to have been neutralised. And even in this close distance, still falling short on his...
And he does appear to be struggling. No, but they're carrying on.
Generations will not weep today. Game phase back on, ready to start again.
Got a bit of a mountain to climb here, but plenty of time to do it, if he can find the winning formula.
Again, we'll see the blades very, very much crossed. They are in distance.
Seb's still more than happy for Stephen to approach. Very confident with his defensive work.
They're kissing each other's guards.
Once again,
Seb, stop hit.
bit of frustration there from Stephen.
He cannot find these singles, and the lead has extended to 5 points.
Not just the singles, he can't find the doubles either as it stands, unfortunately.
Very true, very true.
That's a lovely wrist hit.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Rightly said. Is that the ticket he needed? I don't think so.
The wrists have worked out for him in the past.
But Seb knows.
Can't always rely on them. Oh, wow.
You're just able to sneak in there.
Yeah, able to get under the blade. Brings it to 3 points behind.
That's 2 in a row now. Is this a winning streak for Stephen?
We all know that fencing is much of a mental game as it is physical a lot of the time.
Absolutely.
It's a confidence boost that he needs.
Especially so when we arrive at Epee.
Yes, exactly. 4-dimensional chess, as my co-commentator described it earlier.
We see another bit of another flurry there, but Seb not choosing to commit to that one. Stephen's able to get out of there, but it goes straight back in. Again, Seb's looking for that reaction, teasing. He does not have to do anything, and it looks like we're coming to the end of the second period now.
Both fences backing off. How would you summarise that second period, Alex?
Damaging.
Damaging, yes.
In
but
more
some signs of hope at the end there for Stephen.
Damaging in more ways than one. Seb unfaltering, clutching this lead with an iron fist. Stephen trying to eke it out, but not quite finding the openings he needs. And in fact, presenting plenty of his own. But those 2 singles will be quite significant, at least mentally.
Coming right at the end of the bout as well.
Let's hope Ethan gives him some good advice. He may need it. Oh, there's our finalist walking in the background, Oliver Pilgrim. And across the piste.
Coming to scout out his opponents, perhaps.
All right. Time for the final period of 3 minutes.
Richard Foster, our referee, calls the fences back to the piste. And we are ready for for our final period.
Still all to play for in this Exeter Open semi-final.
Seems likely we'll see much the same as the first 2 periods. Stephen looking to attack, Seb looking more than happy throughout the match to just defend on his own side of his own half of the piste.
Calm and composed.
Absolutely.
Calm, composed and ready for whatever Stephen throws his way. After those last 2 points, though, perhaps Stephen has realised that he needs to take control of Seb's blade.
Oh, that's a lovely hit.
Perfect timing there on that attack. Seb tries to get
the parry.
He searches for the blade, but can't find it. Not quite the reaction he needed in that situation.
Stephen continuing to move much more than his opponent, using the width of the piste, try and find that all-important opening. Just over 2 minutes left on the clock.
Step lunge from Stephen, able to be turned into a double by Seb. That's not what he needs now. Again, the doubles piling on the pressure. 3 points left for Seb. He has not got a lot of time. Nope. Doesn't quite get Seb's blade. Seb's able to push through. Looking seemingly straight to the mask.
Bit of a bash against the nose though, I think.
He's sustained a lot, sustaining several injuries in this fight along the way. We've got, it seems to be changing of the weapon.
Possibly switching. Looks like he has got a pistol grip in his bag. Making a choice, and it is the pistol grip.
Ooh, interesting.
Not long left to turn this around.
Low, so decreasing his distance, but also increasing the amount of force he can put into the blade. Is this a sign that he's going to be actively trying to search for Seb's blade more? Again, quick test from our referee, Richard Foster.
Weighing the tip.
Looks good. This is quite a significant change, actually.
And quite relatively late on, you might have thought.
Is this the trump card that Stephen needs? He does have to do his glove up.
Not noticed yet, there you are.
There we go.
Straight on the attack.
Seemingly almost running at him at the beginning. Definitely a lot more active with the blade.
Searching for the blade.
Lightning fast, but not amounting to anything. Seb's got his work cut out for him, but
able to take the power riposte.
Feint to the wrist, and Seb pushes through with his counterattack. Is it too little too late for Stephen? He has
1 point needed.
He has to win 5 points in a row. 4 to take it to a priority minute. But 5 points in a row. Does he have it in him? Smacking Seb's blade around, but not amounting to anything. He needs to set it up.
Oh, that's a double hit.
He goes for the compound attack, but Seb's able to disengage, turning it into a double. We have our Exeter Open finalists, Seb Lee and Oliver Pilgrim. Stephen will have to content himself with his bronze.
A very good performance all round. Very interesting match tactically.
Absolutely.
Honour to commentate.
All right. Thank you for joining us in the Exeter Open men's epee semi-final. We'll see you again, hopefully, in the final. Thank you very much.